Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing another RV tour with another full-time RV family. They are in this 2021 KZ Durango fifth wheel. So let's get the specifics on it.
Welcome to Project Trek. We are the Axness family.
I'm Nate.
I'm Christian.
I'm Ella. And I'm Anderson.
In 2016, Nate quit his job as a firefighter so that we could travel the world. We sold our house, 90% of our stuff, and we've been traveling Canada, the US, and Mexico in our RV ever since. We've exchanged a life of things to collect moments.
You want me to also have this pose as I'm starting?
All right, Brian, come forward a little bit. Let me see what the shadows are like. Can you put out the awning, actually?
Yeah, let's roll right
Yeah,
out.
let's put it out. Whip it out.
Hey.
That's pretty slick.
It's a good thing this works because I don't know how to use this stuff on the inside.
We're the Ostrovsky family. We are Brian and Shannon plus 5, so we have 5 kiddos.
It's quiet, so you know they're not around.
They're not with us today. We also have Instagram if you want to follow travels, ostrovskys.outbound.
And I run Locable, so if you're a small business, check out local.com. We've been married for about 19 years, and
It's a long time.
I think before we had our 13-year-old, we were like, we should go across the country. And then we had a baby, and then another, and then we had 3 more. And it just never was the right time, work stuff. And we started planning to leave in 2019 because with what I do with Locable, we do some trainings. Didn't work out for 19, so we set it up for 20. And then COVID came out, and we're like, we got to get out of California. So we've been traveling, exploring. For me, I'm able to roll into towns and do our Marketing 345 workshops. And at the same time, our family is able to explore and meet great other road families and really just enjoy our country.
Yeah, so we get to travel mostly for work, but we do lots of exploring and took this opportunity to just sort of take the year off and see the country, and we loved it so much that we're doing at least another year.
So when we launched, I said, oh, you know what, we'll be gone 5 to 6 months. And she goes, well, I think we'll be out a year. And I thought, a year? That sounds like forever. No way. Well, at a year, we decided we wanted to keep going, so we bought a new rig. We got a KZ Durango. It's a D348BHF bunkhouse, and we made a few updates.
And it's a 2021, correct?
2021.
Yeah, 2021.
All right. So when we met you guys, what was that? November, December in Florida.
Yeah.
You guys were in a much different rig. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we were in a travel trailer, which we actually loved.
We loved
It
it.
was super cozy, very like homey, really loved it. But we modified that one too. That one was a bunkhouse, but we ripped out the bunks and built in basically 5 separate beds.
And we
So,
pulled
yeah.
it with an excursion. But
Which I also loved. I loved that car.
it was great, but we figured out how to fit 4 kids in the back of a truck plus the jump seat, and it gave us a chance to get more space. Since
Yeah.
I work,
It involves ratchet straps, right?
Yeah.
well,
I
we
mean-
put one on the roof.
No, I wish I had gotten a tour of the travel trailer, but I'm excited to see this one because when we first wanted to go full-time, we were looking at a KZ Durango Gold, and I really like their build quality. So I'm excited to see inside.
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it.
See it.
City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life when it's complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people. This is a city I met all my best friends, and I wanna thank every brick.
We are in our kitchen area. There's several things, but one of the things that we loved about this for me as a mom of 5 kids is the oven space and the amount of space that we have in there. It's almost like a residential oven, and I have 4 burners, which is amazing, and I can fit 4 full pots on that sucker.
Yeah, that was a big upgrade for us, plus a lot of the storage space. We had an island before, and so we knew we wanted to have an island here. This one has the offset sink, and we've got this space over here, which we got an electric griddle because, you know, when you're hooked up to shore power, you don't have to use propane. So we do a lot of electric griddle work there. And
Yeah, that was a really smart use of space by KZ. I like that because they put our sink smack dab in the middle of the island, and there is no room for a griddle.
Yeah. So we also have bar stools that go underneath here, which I love because the kids like to hang out while I'm cooking, and so they can also help. And then our fridge,
it's a 12-foot.
So it's not as big as we would have loved having a big family. However, the benefit is that it switches back and forth from electric to propane. So our food is always cold, even if we're off boondocking, it's going to be fine.
Well, we had an 8 cubic foot before, and you think, how do you have enough food? And it was
Tetris,
small,
baby.
but it was okay. And now I feel like we've got plenty of space.
Can we turn on the overhead lights?
We'll turn on all of the lights.
Okay, so I've noticed that you've been pulling out your phone to do a lot of this.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
For the most part, I do like it. I mean, there's times where I wish there were certain switches places. You know, we have lights here on the hutch, and that has a switch, and there's bedroom lights, but for the most part, it's convenient. Hooking up, unhooking, leveling, everything's done through the phone.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I believe is that the LCI one-touch command?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that comes standard, I guess, like with this rig. We didn't have anything like that before, so.
And we also like this rig came with solar. It's only got 2 panels, but it has enough to where if power goes out, you've got a few hot plugs, you have enough electricity to run the propane components, right? So,
And that came from the manufacturer?
Yes.
from the manufacturer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of batteries did they put in?
It just had a single 12 volt. We switched those out for 2 6 volts in series. So we have a little bit more.
Like golf cart batteries.
We're not camping, so we don't do a lot of boondocking, but it's nice to have it if you need it.
Oh, sure. Campground power goes out all the time.
All
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Shannon, can you show me that pantry?
Yes, okay, so another nice thing for us, big family, again, is the pantry. It's pretty loaded right now with all kinds of stuff, but I can go shopping for 2 weeks and fill that up, and we're good to go. Did not have hardly any space in our trailer, which is part of the reason we upgraded.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That is a massive pantry compared to
Yeah.
most.
Yeah, this unit on a whole has a lot of storage, which was obviously attractive. Unfortunately, we're starting to fill it up with stuff. I'd like to have a little bit more free space, so we're working on that.
So just as I'm looking around, I'm noticing a few things that probably didn't come standard in this RV. I'm looking at the subway tile, the print on the wall,
Yep,
and then even over here, it looks like you've done some work already.
yes.
Can you tell me about some of that?
Yes. So because we live in our RV, like nothing in here was bad to begin with, but because we live, I wanted to feel like home. So we did some shiplap wallpaper on the walls. I have painted most of the rig. The walls just come like that standard grayish tan sort of color. I changed that out for just like a solid white, and then we added some peel and stick subway tile, and then on the hutch is some more peel and stick tile. That's from Quadro Style Stickers. What else?
I should say, I thought it was too much work to be worth it to do all this stuff, and she did all the work. But now that it's done, it looks great. So
It looks fantastic, and I actually need to brag on this paint job a little bit because, all right, I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I see a lot of renovated RVs, and when I hear someone's painted their walls, it's kind of like, okay, what am I going to see when I actually get there? And this has been done very, very nicely. There is not all the bubbling, and just a lot of things are pretty from far, but far from pretty. This is done really nice.
So we removed what was standard here. it just didn't work for our family. It was 2 like recliners, and that just, you know, we've got 5 kids, so we like to snuggle. So we replaced it with just like a kind of like an apartment style couch, and then we have a table and then a bench seating, and then we pull up stools around the table for all of us to fit.
We actually did the exact same table in the last rig and a very similar couch, which converts into...
It's like a futon style, so it kind of swings out, and the kids can do sleepovers or hang out.
And I noticed there's enough space for some storage bins underneath.
Yeah, we do have some storage bins, like all of our kids' art stuff is underneath there. So we actually have, I think, about 5 bins underneath full of crafts and arts and some school.
And I think one thing that's important to point out is that you have the couch across from the TV. Not that we're all about like being stuck in front of a TV, but when you want to, that is really nice instead of turning your neck and...
Yeah.
Yeah, we do movie nights as a family, and interestingly, this rig came with a lot of TVs. It came with this one in the kids' room, one in the basement that pulls out for outside. Not one in the master, so I hung one there. That's actually the one that gets to use the most. But it's convenient, and it's got the little fireplace here too, which our trailer didn't have one, so we bought an aftermarket. Well, you know, it's a space heater with the fireplace setup. This is really nice when it's like 40-something degrees. You don't have to run the heater, but it throws off enough heat to not be real cold.
It is super hot here in South Dakota. What are we at today? Like 90?
No, it's a heat wave coming through.
And I don't know if you can actually hear it, but the AC is running right now. Normally when I do RV tours, I make them shut off the ACs and it just becomes like a sweat box inside. We've got the AC running and it's actually really cool in here. So is this a ducted AC system?
It's ducted, and what's actually cool is we have one in the master. And normally those are separate, right? The second one just drops air in the room. The ducts are shared. So if I wanted to turn this off, I could turn it on in the master and still blow cold air through all of it, or it doubles up. But we're only running the one right now.
Well, this is awesome. Normally we can't even have a conversation when the AC is on. So this is nice and quiet.
This is our master. This comes standard with a king bed, which we love, even though we're short. We like a lot of space. The closet has tons of space in there. We actually have a washer dryer combo, but there is space for double if you wanted washer dryer separate. This is Brian's workstation, basically. He works out of the rig, so closes the door and just becomes his whole workstation. Okay, let's show you the kids' room. The first thing I'll point out is this wall of cabinets. This is one of the reasons why we chose this. Double slides in the kids' room, so it opens up nicely, and they have plenty of storage for all their toys and clothes. Standard in this was opposing bunks, and then another bunk that like had a fold down and fold up. We actually removed our outdoor kitchen and slid that wall all the way back so that we could have full beds in this space. So we have 2 kids here. We have the youngest coming out at the L, and then 2 kids on this side. Okay, well, thank you for touring our rig. Appreciate it.
Remodeling or updating an RV is a lot of fun. It makes it your home, and it takes way longer than you expect, especially when you're living in it. So
Yes.
It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but we're pretty happy with it.
Yeah. If you want more like crazy life on the road, adventures, what it's like to have a big family on the road, Our Instagram handle is ostrovskys.outbound. And we love hooking up with friends on the road, so come follow us, and hopefully we will see you guys on the road.
Be sure to follow the Ostrovsky family on Instagram at ostrovsky.outbound. They're just a super sweet family. Their kids are amazing, and they got some really great pictures on there. Hey, if you enjoyed that home tour, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications for when we upload, which would be every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Our lives are on Tuesdays, and we've got a lot more RV tours. We've got travel vlogs, we've got DIYs and tutorials and tips and tricks for RVing full time. So be sure to subscribe and follow along. Thanks guys, see you.